head to head. Samara with the serves in this match. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come for the Romanian. Cheng Yiqing wouldn't complain if it was. There we go.
That's how Samara plays. It's for you. It's for you. This is for you. You see, this is how she plays.
Yeah. Nice angle. We see a lot of left-handers create that angle wide. Lovely.
I really love left-handers in any sport for that matter to watch. Treat to watch.
Yeah, me too. Badminton, table tennis.
Cricket.
Yeah. I must admit, I don't know my cricket too well, so I won't say anything about that.
Cricket, yes. I can give you a lot of big left-handers names.
Oh. Going for the parallel forehand. Samara's got one of the nicest forehand fades.
Yeah.
Fluid.
Fraser, it's really surprising coming from England. You're not aware of cricket.
I know it's a big sport where I live, but I'm table tennis obsessed, Sunil.
Yeah, really good. Good to hear. Good to hear a table tennis obsessed fan.
I put all my eggs in one basket, shall we say?
And you are an obsessed fan. I am a passionate player.
Cheng Yiqing keeps the cushion. 2-point lead at the first tile break, which the players will make advantage of. Sometimes so early on they're not that sweaty, but these two probably being in the training hall, as many players are, just prior to the match. Practice partner will be trying to replicate what their opponent will play like to get them used to it.
5-2.
Filth there from the forehand of Cheng Yiqing. Didn't look like, well, looked like there was going to be more top spin, but there wasn't. Barely any coming off it. Ooh, it was a great surprising serve though. That was the standout shot of that rally.
See, what can distinguish between these two people, Fraser, is Chinese are more consistent. Europeans are more hesitant, you can say, in playing the strokes.
At times it is true. Yeah.
You can say they're more solid. I can use the word these Chinese or Chinese type people. They're more solid. They're confident in what they play. They are not afraid to produce what is their best. But see, Europeans, they are a little tentative. And maybe, as I told you even last when we met, this is a mental game. Really a mental game.
It's a game of chess.
Chess, maybe. And when you see a Chinese or a Chinese origin guy on the right, on the front of your table, maybe mentally you lose a little. Maybe 10-15% you lose mentally.
Yeah.
See, in regular circumstances, Elizabeta SAMARA would have been playing fantastic table tennis by now. But here she is already 7 points down, 7-4.
Brilliant rally. Samara pivoting and riveting Cheng Yiqing.
But as I said, they are very solid, very solid.
There is a stereotype. I mean, when I talk to people who don't know much about table tennis, they say, oh yeah, the Chinese, the Japanese are the best. And they think that they're so complicated, the things that they're coached, but they're not. They're taught how to do the simple things better. Which
Very nicely put, Fraser. Very nicely put.
And a nicely placed forehand into the middle of Samara.
Really nice. I cannot forget these words, Fraser, what you have said. They do simple things very nicely. Really good. I got to remember a statement by Shiv Khera. In the book he has written, You Can Win. He's written one simple sentence in that. Winners think differently.
Second game.
A player, Cheng Yiqing, that's been as high as 5 on planet Earth back in 2017. She's now 31 in the world and looking to go back up to where she was.
1 love.
She has 4 World Championship medals, 3 bronze, 1 silver. Her silver came in the mixed doubles in 2017. Asumi Ishikawa and Maharu Yoshimura, the gold medalists at that World Championships in Dusseldorf. Maharu Yoshimura still sticking around, as is Ishikawa.
1-2.
I think Ishikawa is the most popular table tennis player in Japan. Fraser?
Seems so. She's supposed to go.
2-all.
Hayata seems to me like the biggest threat to the Chinese, but actually, looking ahead a couple of years, probably Miwa Haramoto.
Or Mima Ito for that matter.
Yeah, she definitely has been in the last 3 or 4 years. Beautiful ripping backhand. Away from the table, Cheng Yi-Ching is fantastic in the loop-to-loop game. She was even beating Hayata in that department of the game yesterday, and she beat her pretty comfortably.
She was really professional in that play yesterday. What I saw of her yesterday in that game was a really professional performance. Beating Hayata so easy. She made it look so easy in beating Hayata yesterday.
Yeah, it was easy in the end
Yeah,
for Cheng Yi-Ching.
yeah, really
Well,
easy.
it's never easy. She had to work hard to make it look easy, but it seemed easy.
I told you, it seemed so easy, like a professional performance, I can say. Really, a professional way to beat her.
4-3.
Samara getting a taste of a lead. 4-3 up, the Romanian. That was nice, wasn't it?
3-5.
That's the risk Cheng Yi-Ching takes by playing the backhand flick from the forehand side. She's making it harder to recover into the middle and the wide backhand. And Samara exploited that very fact with that point there. 3 serving 5. Cheng Yi-Ching with the hook. Oh, goes long.
A free point.
Yep.
Totally free point.
When you were on the receiving side of the table, when you were playing Sunil, was there anything you would do to distract the opponent while they were serving?
Nothing to distract his opposition, this concentration, definitely. But maybe I was shouting a little bit after the points, that was for sure, to psych myself up. But sometimes the opponent used to get psyched up so much that he used to lose the points.
I see some players, I mean Ma Long starts really low, and just as the player's serving, he pops up above the table surface, and I wonder if that's a distracting intention, or if that's just a habit.
There are some players I have seen who keep on moving when a guy is serving. They don't stand still. They keep on moving, and maybe it's a way to distract the opponent's attention, maybe, or concentration. I don't know if that is legal or not, but it's allowed.
The 3 different placements on the table there from Cheng Yi-Ching, ever varying. Probably too little too late though. Samara is really finding her feet and form.
You really asked me if I do something to distract the opponent's Fraser. I will tell you an incident like with, I have seen Seiji Ono, if you remember, he was a Japanese world champion.
10-5.
He used to stand so long behind the table, and as you start to serve, he used to start walking near the table.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to show me a clip of that.
You must see that. It was long time back. I think Seiji Ono was world champion, and he used to stand way back, maybe somewhere around where this Goa is
Who
written.
actually plays the sport.
Oh, that's another part. Plus point to her.
And that, from Samara, is brilliant. There's the fade counter. She's won some brilliant opens, such as Qatar. Beating Han Ying in the final, actually. Recovers the net, but too wide from Cheng.
I'm seeing Samara right from her days in juniors. She's promised a lot for Romania, though she has not, maybe not produced that much. But she was a really big talent coming out of Europe.
2-1.
Within Europe, she's produced an awful lot. Outside, it's tougher, isn't it? Because you have the Asians, of course, which in women's game are even more dominant than in men's.
1-3.
There you go. Do you feel, Fraser, you come from Europe, I come from Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel the training methods are different in both the continents?
Well, I've never played in Asia. I played at a decent level for about 10 years. But from training clips I've seen in Asia, yes, very, very different. I'll tell you why in a sec. Multi-ball is the thing. The Asians seem to do a lot more multi-ball in general. And when you play multi-ball, because you're not wasting time going back to the court to collect your ball, talking, say you have an hour-and-a-half session, you're probably spending about an hour hitting balls at the table. In an open session without multi-ball, you're probably only playing actually, and this is actually a real stat, for about 3 to 4 minutes in an hour and a half. Not an effective way to create consistency.
Can I give you a contrary view to this?
Yes, please.
The first time I went to play in Germany, for example, the first big thing what I saw was, Fraser, that in my club there were 1,500 balls kept.
Wow. Yeah.
At one corner. And I have never seen so many balls in my life.
Stunning flick from Samara.
Never seen so many balls. And then when you start to train for a practice, every opponent of yours has 10 balls in his pocket. You have 10, I have 10. So we start with 20 balls. And then you start your rally. Your rally never ends. And then my hand used to start paining. I used to hit the ball out. But then again he used to take out the ball from his half pant and start playing again. He said, come on Sunil, let's play, start again. So you can never get a breathing chance also to take a rest.
If you're developing a beginner, as a coach, multi-ball is more effective.
Yeah.
Because at a beginner level, you barely got any consistency. Same as an intermediate player. As an advanced player, that's when I think it's better to play more open things. They're still playing multi-ball a lot, obviously, but they have the consistency there. They're not likely to miss. You need to develop the consistency before you build upon it.
Yeah, correct. You're very right.
6-5.
But I've noticed watching players like Tomokazu Hanamoto in the training hall, it's the combinations. They're not really doing open rallies in training. He's just developing his touch, his opening attack and then a counter. It's very match-like training, irregular exercises, but developing, constructing points and finishing them off. Cheng Yi-Ching, 7-5 up now. She is fighting so hard here, and that's what I admire about a player who's been playing for so long. They still have the exact same desire to win, and you can't teach that. You either have desire or you don't.
That comes from within, Fraser.
It does.
It is not available off the shelf in the market.
Nope.
That's the worst part of it. You have it or you don't have it.
There we go. Samara just not expecting that extra ball back, which Cheng Yi-Ching laterally is really quick to get to. She's so strong, isn't she, Cheng Yi-Ching? You can see her physique there. Doesn't skip leg day.
And now do you feel like Cheng Yi-Ching wants more to win than Elizabeth?
8-6.
That's impossible for me to tell. Impossible for me to tell. Often it's the player who wants it too badly that loses.
Oh. Wow.
So sometimes I think, well, you can't want it too badly. You've got to brush it aside and think, if I lose, I lose. And that's how you can play relaxed play and play your best shots. Yin and yang.
8-7.
Really trying to brush that ball. And she makes contact with it, but so finely, it doesn't even come over the net. Cheng Yi-Ching. 8-7. Tight one.
Wow.
8-all.
Not an easy ball to miss at this stage of the match. 1-all, 8-all. Can't get more closer.
She got the wide angle, Samara, but Chang Yiqing again has an answer to the blocking formula of Samara, who couldn't quite block it wide enough to manipulate Chang away from the table.
She had the chance to kill the ball. She had to finish the rally off.
With a big show. It seems like Samara's constantly been chasing the game, which, if you left to talk to a mate and came back, you'd be surprised to see now that she's won all 9-0.
As you said, it's come back to the desire. Who wants to win more? Maybe?
Wow.
10-9.
Spinny flick. Look at the arc on this one. Plays it from the middle. Skidded along the table. That's how much topspin was on it. Samara couldn't even get back on ball. Game point to Chang Yiqing. Wow.
There it is. There it is.
2-1 up. It was always...
The wall.
How dominating China can be in table tennis.
Zipping backhand from Samara, nice and deep on the table. Depth is incredibly important because it's more difficult to counter topspin a ball that is deep, and it's easier to come over the top of a ball that is not. It was nice control initially from Samara, but you felt as though she needed to either change the pace or change the direction. She became predictable there.
Fraser, with such dominance of the Chinese or Asians, you can say. Can I ask you an academic question?
You can.
How-
I'm not sure I'll be able to answer it.
Yeah.
No answer there to Samara's forehand.
How long would it be to have an Olympic or a world champion outside China or an Asia?
Let's have a think, shall we? Let's have a think. Wow.
1-3.
Well, this is what I think. In our lifetime, Sydney, we may never see a nation with more strength in depth than China, but at the end of the day, in the big events, it only comes down to a country's top 5 or 6 players. In team, the top 3. So, it's a question of, can a country come up with a stronger top 3 players on the day than the Chinese? And I think it can happen. It can happen in our lifetime. We won't ever see a stronger country, but we may see a shock result. And we nearly saw it in the men's Olympics in the semi-finals in Tokyo. Both Ma Long and Fan Zhendong taken to 7. And we saw it in the team where Japan took China to 5 in Chengdu last season. But what I would say is it's more likely to happen in men's due to the physicality and how that's spread more evenly than it is in the women's game. I can't see anyone really touching the Chinese. Japan seemed like the most likely to do so. But it's whether a country can get past this intimidation factor.
So which 3 countries in the men's can challenge China to their supremacy?
Side or edge? Side.
Right.
Samara saying no chance, that was side.
5-2.
Huh?
Top 3 countries, Korea, Sweden, Japan.
Wow.
Would have been Germany, but for me, apart from the likes of Chodang and Annette Kaufmann and Cedric Meissner, I can't really see them being as good as they have been, Germany. Sorry to say it, Germany. But I'd say Korea, Sweden, Japan.
Really? You have included Sweden. Hats off to you.
In the men's.
Yeah, in the men's. Hats off to you. Bold prediction. Fraser, bold, really bold.
Would you agree?
Yeah, it's quite possible, but I feel, see, with the depth of the Chinese table tennis at present, nowadays, it's really becoming difficult to beat Chinese in and out every day. You can extend them maybe to 7 games or 5 games or whatever it is. But to beat Chinese day in and day out, I think it's little bit. You beat Malong one day, but then there is a Fang Zhendong to beat. You beat Fan Zhendong one day, but there is the Du Shuin to beat. So there are so many guys. You can't take even rest. You can't even breathe.
And the difficulty is if you beat one Chinese, because there's so many of them and they're so communicative amongst each other, then all the other ones will know how to play you next time you play. So, and this is what happened with the Japanese women. Wow, relentless spraying from Samara.
Lovely. See, an instance in the morning, I will tell you, Fraser. Fan Zhendong lost to Do Song, correct?
Yeah.
Fan Zhendong had come to watch the match of his guy who beat him. That's really great of him. Really great of him to sit for his colleague's match and with the guy whom he has lost. Maybe he wanted to analyze what yesterday happened to him. That's the great part of Chinese. They really start analyzing your loss immediately, and they come out with a solution immediately 15-20 minutes later. That's really great.
It's that absolute drive to not even sit on victory. As soon as you win, that's it, done. Next. Because the Chinese are humble. They understand that they can be beaten, and that's why they work so hard.
Yeah, they are humble, yes, and they are really relentless in practice.
9-6.
They really train really hard.
Timeout.
Timeout called here. This is the momentum. Swifting, changing. Let's hear what the coach here has to say to Samara.
Look, okay, stay only here. Okay, 0-0. Okay, win ball. Okay, last is not very important. First, you ready with idea. You come here think how is that? Okay, good feeling. Hand service. Long service.
Maybe this service, maybe. No. Maybe this one is half long to make up spin here. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. No. Okay.
Wow.
How Charlie? Okay. Okay.
We see.
Okay.
So Samara's saying there, I'm not sure about the half-long serve, because then she's going to attack into my middle, and Samara said she's not too confident there. Wow, very interesting.
She said, let's see. Let's see.
9-6.
Coach Nechek for Samara. Coach Dai Chi for Cheng Yi Ching.
Oh,
8-9.
This is tense.
he's really tense.
Goodness gracious me.
Yeah.
This would be devastating for Samara, but brilliant from Cheng. She's levelled. The timeout has not paid
Work to her
off.
benefit. Really devastating. Really devastating for Samara. The way she had constructed her game, now at what stage? And she's lost from
That right
9-5.
there.
She's lost from 9-5.
That is an incredible comeback there in the fourth game. It